I'm here with my guy Turkish. Just witnessed Arsenal drawing at home 2-2, but crucially, 9-3 in aggregate. Arsenal go through to play Real Madrid in the last 8. How excited are you about that?
I'm excited, you know. I can't lie to you. I'm not a man that gets excited much, but for this one, it's Real Madrid. And, you know, we haven't been in Champions League. Well, I mean, we've been there a couple of seasons now, but I mean, we went through a period of not facing Europe's elite. And to be honest with you, even in the Champions League, you know, getting knocked out year in, year out. In the last 16, it was Barca, Bayern, Barca, Monaco. You know, Real's been a long time coming. I wish it was better circumstances. I wish we had a stronger unit. And, you know, you look at the last 3 seasons, including this one, I think we were probably better equipped over the last couple. But listen, it is what it is. I mean, we've just seen Atletico probably unfortunately go out to them. Now, this is what Real Madrid are about. How many times have they won it over the last few years? And that tie there, they didn't deserve to win, or they were 1-0 down with 4 minutes to go and they've managed to... They do it many times. This is the heritage that people talk about. Real Madrid and Champions League and European top competitions synonymous. So it's exciting. Mbappe, Bellingham, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Güler, I'll throw him in there. He ain't going to play, but yeah, I'll throw him in there. As well as other, you know, like Modric still plays for them. That's what Champions League's about. So I am excited for it. I do hope that Saka can return, and I do hope that he has something to return to in that second leg, because I think he'll be too light, too early for the first leg at the Emirates. So we've got to make sure in that first leg we do what Simeone and Atletico did over the 2, because I look at, you know, what I've seen over the 2 legs, and I don't think, you know, Atletico should have gone out. I think they deserve to go through. The way they play is probably the best. The way Simeone plays is the best of that style, right? But we have a similar rigid structure that, you know, our foundation is built off. So we've got to lean on that. That's all we have to lean on, even if we don't look at Simeone and Atletico, because that's all we have. So we have to lean on the defense, the rigidness, the structure, and we've just got to hope and pray that someone in attack pulls something out the bag. But it is exciting. Real Madrid, how can you not be excited?
Yeah.
We've been playing
I'm with you on that.
Ostersunds and you know, Sparta Pragues and all this in the Europa League. So it's nice to have Real Madrid. I would have taken Atletico as well. I mean, they're obviously far from as successful as Real Madrid, but they're still a European giant. Right?
Oh, definitely. What do you say to the people who say that we possibly match up better against Real Madrid than we do Atletico? When I say that, I'm talking about the style of football that they play. They're more likely to engage us higher up the pitch than Atletico would. So we tend to do a little bit better against teams that do that rather than teams that sit deeper.
Yeah, and what we tend to do as fans is, you know, copium, I'd call it, because that's what that is. Like, let's be real. I get the gist of it, because teams that play Atletico's style in the Premier League in terms of rigid, low block, mid block, you know, tough to beat, tough to break down. That's been our kryptonite, right? I get that, but that's not a reason to look at Real and say, yeah, this matchup's better, because come on, Real are Real Madrid.
Yeah, they are the very best at what they do. So yeah, I do agree with you there. But you know, we do have. I would say that the defence is a strong part of Arsenal's team at the moment. So you know, what I mean, it wouldn't be beyond the realms that in at least one of the 2 games we can keep a clean sheet, no?
Let's get 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, 40 minutes in, and so on. I can't think of a clean sheet before I even see us start, how we start against them, because this is a different kettle of fish. This is different. I mean, we played Bayern last year, and Bayern come on, you know, in terms of European giants, they're well up there. But Real Madrid's a different kettle of fish, and our home form at times this season, some of the games, we haven't been good enough. I think we wasn't good enough tonight in terms of what I wanted to see, something different. I think PSV deserved the draw, and when you consider we smoked them away from home just a week ago, you'd expect a bit more here today, especially when you consider Arteta's gone to try a few things different. Tierney left wing, Zinchenko in midfield. I haven't seen anything from tonight's game to say, take that into Chelsea or take that into the next few games to hopefully take it to Madrid. So that's something that concerns me, because that first leg is so important. Essentially, we've got to win the first leg. That's what we've got to do. You know, so it's all good and well saying or looking at it as that's the better matchup, and can we keep a clean sheet? we've got to win that first leg. Clean sheet or not, we've got to win that first leg. Away goals rules don't matter anymore. So win that first leg is the aim. But yeah, I mean, that's a reach.
Yeah, I agree. Talking of tonight, there were some guys who have been on the periphery of the team, not been getting much minutes. They came in tonight, namely your Kiviors, your Zinchenko's, Sterling. Who else am I missing? I know he made 7 changes. Yeah, Tierney. Those are 4 guys that have been on the periphery of the team. They came in today. Any one of those 4 impress you tonight?
Not really. I mean, Zinchenko's finish was nice. Sterling's assist was the second assist was nice. 2 good moments from them too. But if I'm looking at their performance over the 90 or whatever 70 that Zinchenko played, it didn't really bear no fruit on the pitch. It didn't help us create more chances. It didn't help us become a more threatening unit.
You don't think any one of those guys are kind of stuck their hand up ahead of the Chelsea game as if to say, "Listen, man, I'm here. If necessary, you can count on me."
Nah. I mean, nah. Was Zinni in midfield? Nah.
Great goal though.
Nice goal, very nice goal. I think Odegaard should watch that goal a few times. Not to say Odegaard has been doing that a couple of years ago now, so it's in him. But this season he's got in that position so many times, and it's either a block shot, wide, high, never handsome. So Zinchenko there, beautiful, cuts in, drop of the shoulder, bit of space, finish. So I think that was a very great finish, good start to the game. I expected that off the back of that start, off the back of that goal for him, the assist for Sterling and the team in general, we would kick on a bit. Like Tierney, for example, didn't see anything, So it's not like I'm picking out 2 players that I've picked out generally across the season. Tierney today didn't do much, if anything at all. A couple balls that, I don't really remember connecting. So, I look at every change we made today, and I look at the performance and think none have really stood out for me, if I'm honest. I mean, Raya's the match again. Nah. I mean, the first goal, there was the PSV goal, massive gap in defence there, and it comes from Kivior's side. Not blaming him completely because there was gaps in midfield to lead to that. But that was just one moment where I looked at Kivior out of position. He had a couple more moments, didn't cost us. I mean, I can't remember for their second goal what the issue was, but it was a beautiful finish from them. But Kivior, I mean, we know what Kivior is a good Kivior is an upgrade on Holding. Where a few years ago Holding is the understudy, the one that comes in. Kivior is better than him, and he's a decent backup. But when it's time to rely on him,
is it because though with Kivior, is he that bad, or is it because the 2 ahead of him are that good? If you see what I mean. So. If he's coming in and you're comparing him to the likes of Gabriel and Saliba, that's a hard ask, right? Yeah,
but I can also understand the backup centre-back's job, which is why I mentioned he's better than Holding. So I'm not completely against the idea of keeping him on from this season, but I also feel like we've got too many left-footed defenders. So I feel like maybe Kivior out and bring a right-footed centre-back in, because Tomiyasu's finished, before really even getting started. And Ben White, Timber, they're preferred right backs. So I think the only thing against Kivior is he's another left-footed player that we have. I feel like Calafiori can fill in left centre-back if need be. So get a right centre-back in if Kivior goes. If he doesn't, cool, whatever. But, I don't expect to rely upon him. 3rd, 4th choice centre-back.
And you mentioned him. I was going to mention as well. Ben White, how do you think he did today?
Was it his mistake for the first goal? Oh, no, it was. They didn't capitalise from that one, actually. He made a mistake that nearly led to something. Bit rusty, for sure. Understandable, though. Rusty, and he comes into a much-changed team, and a team that's really not functioning to the best we've seen or the best of their ability. So, rusty, and he needed minutes. He got minutes. So, on to Chelsea, where I'd probably start him again.
And we should talk about Raheem Sterling. Some people are saying he was man of the match. No, I'm going to ask you.
Some people, like Laurie Lau.
I thought he was. Listen,
they've given it to him. So
when we did the watch along, the 2 players that stood out for me, all jokes aside, were Sterling and Raya. I could have gone either way. I leant towards Sterling because of the 2 assists. You're going to say because of the biasness, I know, but maybe I'm a little biased. But listen, maybe. So listen, I'm glad for him. He wasn't brilliant, but I thought he was a lot better today than he's been in previous weeks. What's your assessment of his performance?
Yeah, good pass for the first goal. Very nice assist for the second goal. Fucked up a couple moves after that. That's it. Good night.
Well, he had a couple of runs, one of which he should really have scored because he went past a couple of players. Just couldn't complete the finish at the end there. But I thought he looked a lot better than in previous weeks. So maybe that's something that the manager will look at as a plus.
When the bar's on the floor, I mean, it's only going to get higher. So, you know, that's how I look at that. He didn't do enough for me today to say, ooh, maybe. Nah, far from.
And I've got to ask you, Marino up top, seen this a few times now. You were saying on the stream that it's just not working. Are you still of that viewpoint? Do you think we should make a change ahead of the Chelsea game or what?
It's never worked when he starts though. He worked off the bench because it's something different. It hasn't worked since starting, so it's not like I've said something groundbreaking. I think everyone should agree with that. But God forbid toxic positivity comes out and people are like, oh, stop getting on him. I just wanted to find something different heading into Madrid. Now it's Real, heading into Real. Maybe it would have been a Martinelli up top, but he's probably not ready yet. Hence why maybe it would have been a Ranieri and Odegaard in midfield to provide more chances for Emery. I needed to see something different today. He tried something different personnel-wise, but I think tactically it was much of the same. Marino up top. Chelsea round the corner. I doubt we change it up for that. So it is what it is. I mean, we have to just continue and... yeah, when shit hits the fan, assess it then.
Okay, Turkish, thanks. Cheers.